तो दोस्तों आज हम साइंस का 9 चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे। ठीक है, तो उसका नाम है, चैप्टर का नाम है द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स एंड हैबिटेट्स। देखिए, अभी फ़िलहाल जो हम सीरीज़ कर रहे हैं उस सीरीज़ में हम ज़्यादा डिस्कस नहीं कर रहे हैं, बस एक सुर में पढ़ते हुए चलेंगे। जहाँ एकदम जो क्रूशियल चीज़ें होंगी वहाँ मैं आपको बता दूंगा कि ये चीज़ का ये मतलब होता है। ठीक है, बाकी हम लोग पढ़ते हुए चलेंगे, कोई लंबा चैप्टर है। ठीक है, लगातार पढ़ेंगे और जहाँ वैसी चीज़ें होंगी जो डार्क उससे लिखी होती हैं वो मैं बता दूंगा। ठीक है, तो देखिए, पहेली एंड बूजो went on vacations to many places of interest. One such trip took them to the river Ganga in Rishikesh. They climbed the mountains of the Himalayas where it was very cold. They saw many kinds of trees on these mountains, oaks, pines and deodars. ठीक है, very different from the ones near their home on the plains. In eight another trip, they traveled to Rajasthan and moved on camels through the hot desert. They collected different kinds of cactus plants from this trip. Finally, they went on a trip to Puri and visited the sea beach dotted with Casuarina trees. While recollecting all the fun that they had on these trips, a thought struck them. All these places were so different from one another. So, some were cold, some very hot and dry, and some places so humid. And yet, all of them had many organisms, लिविंग क्रिएचर ऑफ वेरियस काइंड। तो देखिए, ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो होता है वो लिविंग क्रिएचर्स होता है। ठीक है, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं। दे ट्राई टू थिंक ऑफ अ पिकनिक ऑन अर्थ वेयर देयर may not be any living creature. Buzo thought of places near his home inside the house. He tried the cupboards. He had thought that there may not be any living organism here, but he found one tiny spider in the cupboard. Outside the home, too, there did not seem to be any place he could think of that did not have living creatures, okay, of some kind or the other. Paheli started thinking and reading about far away places. She read that people have even found tiny living organisms in the openings of volcanoes. You can see the figure 9.1, search for living organisms. Okay, 9.1, organisms and the surroundings where they live. Another thought that occurred to Paheli and Buzo was about the kinds of living organisms that were present in different locations that they had visited. The deserts had camels, the mountains had goats and yak, Puri had some other creatures, crabs on the beach, and such a variety of fish being caught by the fishermen at the sea. And then there did seem to be some creatures like ants that were present in all these different locations. The kinds of plants found in each of these regions were so different from the plants of the other regions. What about the surroundings? ठीक है, in these different regions where in these different regions were they the same? Activity 1.1. Let us start with a forest. Think of all the plants, animals and objects that can be found there. List them in column 1 of table 9.1. List things, animals and plants found in the other regions that are also shown in the table. You can collect the examples scattered through this chapter to fill table 9.1. Discuss also with your friends, parents and teachers to find more examples to fill the tables. You can also consult many interesting books in libraries that talk of animals, plants, and minerals of different reasons. Try and include many plants, animals, and objects, big and small, in each of the columns in this table. What kind of objects will we find that may not be animals or plants? Perhaps parts of plants like dried leaves, or parts of animals like bones. We may also find different kinds of soils and pebbles. Water in the oceans may have salts dissolved in it. As discussed in chapter 5, there could be many more objects as we go through the chapter. Keep adding more examples to table 9.1. Okay, we will discuss the table as we travel through many more interesting places. 9.2 is habitat and adaptation. What do you find from the plants and animals listed in activity 1? Did you find a large variety in them? Look at what you have entered in the column for the desert and the column for the sea in table 9.1. Did you list very different kind of organisms in these two columns? What are the surroundings like in these two regions? In the sea, plants and animals are surrounded by saline, salty water. Most of them use the air dissolved in water. There is very little water available in the desert. It is very hot in the daytime and very cold at night in the desert. The animals and plants of the desert live on the desert soil and breathe air from the surroundings. The sea and the desert are very different surroundings, and we find very different kind of plants and animals in these two regions, isn't it? Let us look at two very different kind of organisms from the desert and the sea. A camel and a fish. The body structure of a camel helps it to survive in desert conditions. Camels have long legs which help to keep their bodies away from the heat of the sun. They excrete a small amount of urine. Their dung is dry and they do not sweat. Since camels lose very little water from their bodies, they can live for many days without water. Let us look at different kind of fish. Some of these are shown in figure 9.3. We'll see it soon. There are so many kinds of fish, but do you see that they all have something common about their shape? All the ones shown here have the streamline shape that was discussed in chapter 8. This shape helps them move inside water. Fish have slippery scales on their bodies. These scales protect the fish and also help in easy movement through water. We discussed in chapter 8 that fish have flat fins and tails that help them to change directions and keep their bodies balanced in water. Gills present in the fish help them to use oxygen dissolved in water. We see that the features of a fish help it to live inside water, and the features of a camel help it to survive in a desert. We have taken only two examples from a very wide variety of animals and plants that live on the earth. In all this variety of organisms, we will find that they have certain features that help them live in the surroundings in which they are normally found. The presence of specific features or certain habits which enables an organism to live naturally in a place is called adaptation. Adaptation of organisms differ depending on their place of dwelling. That is why a fish cannot live out of water and a camel cannot live in sea. The place where organisms live is called habitat. देखिए फ्रेंड, जहाँ organisms रहते हैं, जिस जगह पे रहते हैं, उसको habitat कहते हैं. ठीक है. Habitat means a dwelling place, रहने की जगह, a home, एक घर. The habitat provides food, water, air, shelter and other needs to organisms. Several kinds of plants and animals live in the same habitat. The plants and animals that live on land are said to live in terrestrial habitats. Some examples of terrestrial habitats are forest, grasslands, deserts, coastal and mountain region. देखिए, the plants and animals that live on land are said to live in terrestrial habitat. जो लैंड पे रहते हैं, जो ज़मीन पे रहते हैं, उनको terrestrial habitats कहा जाता है. Some example of terrestrial habitats are forest, grassland, deserts, coastal and mountain regions. On the other hand, the habitats of plants and देख लीजिए फ्रेंड्स, ये फोटो देख लीजिए, कैमल्स इन देयर सराउंडिंग एंड डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ फिश. ठीक है, अब हम यहाँ पढ़ रहे थे कि ऑन द अदर हैंड द हैबिटेट्स ऑफ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स दैट लिव इन वाटर आर कोल्ड एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट. जो पानी में रहते हैं, जो पानी में रहने की जगह होती है एनिमल्स के लिए, उसको एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट्स कहा जाता है. लाइक लेक्स, रिवर्स एंड ओशन आर सम एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट्स. There are large variations among terrestrial habitats like forests, grasslands, deserts, coastal and mountain region located in different parts of the world. ठीक है, अब हमने ये पैराग्राफ पढ़ लिया. अब ये देख लो क्या लिखा है. There are some changes that can happen in an organism over a short period of time to help them adjust to some changes in their surroundings. For instance, if we live in the plains and suddenly go to high mountain regions, we may experience difficulty in breathing and doing physical exercise for some days. We need to breathe faster when we are on high mountains. After some days, our body adjusts to the changed condition on the high mountain. Such small changes that takes place in the body of a single organism over short periods to overcome small problems due to changes in the surroundings are called acclimatization. See, यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है कि such small changes that takes place in the body of a single organism over short periods to overcome small problems due to changes in the surrounding are called acclimatization. ठीक है, तो आप इसको समझ सकते हैं कि ये जो चेंज दैट टेक्स प्लेस हमारे बॉडी में होता है, ठीक है, इन शॉर्ट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम टू ओवरकम स्मॉल प्रॉब्लम्स ड्यू टू चेंजेस इन द सराउंडिंग आर कॉल्ड एक्लीमेटाइजेशन. ठीक है, तो आप इसको समझ लीजिए कि एक्लीमेटाइजेशन क्या है. ठीक है, दीज चेंजेस आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अडेप्टेशन दैट टेक्स प्लेस ओवर थाउजेंड्स ऑफ ईयर्स. ठीक है, आगे पढ़ते हैं. देखिए, हमने यहाँ तक पढ़ लिया था इस वाले उसमें फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ. आगे पढ़ते हैं. देखिए, द ऑर्गेनिजम्स बोथ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स लिविंग इन हैबिटेट्स आर इट्स बायोटिक कंपोनेंट. द नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स सच एज रॉक, soil, air and water in the habitat constitute its abiotic components. Are sunlight and heat biotic or abiotic components? We know that some plants grow from seeds. Let us look at some abiotic factors and their effect on seeds as they grow into young plants. देखिए, जो ऑर्गेनिज्म होते हैं, बोथ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल लिविंग इन अ हैबिटेट आर इट्स बायोटिक कंपोनेंट. तो इस हैबिटेट का जो एनिमल और प्लांट होता है ना, वो बायोटिक कंपोनेंट होता है. लाइक द नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स सच एज रॉक, सोयल, एयर एंड वाटर इन द हैबिटेट कंस्टिट्यूट इट्स अबायोटिक कंपोनेंट. तो आप ये समझ लीजिए कि बायोटिक क्या होता है, अबायोटिक क्या होता है. ओके